And absolutely beautiful. That's Perth City, just over off there in the distance. And this is my beautiful Ducati 2025 Multistrada Pikes Peak. She was an absolute chilly start in the morning. Welcome back to Live Loz. Obviously I'm Loz. She was -1 and -3 in Bundaring this morning. But today I just wanted to show you my bike with my panniers on and just take a little bit of a closer look, because a lot of these videos that you see on most of the YouTubers that are paid or they got press bikes or anything like that, they just that's it, and they brush over it. They don't actually let you actually have a closer, a really in-depth look. So yeah, I just like to show you just a couple of things and my panniers. So if you don't know about this bike already, this bike comes with panniers. It's got the little lugs, and she sort of sits on there. It comes on a bit of a swivel system, so that it makes it more stable at high speeds. It comes through the back there like that. It's an amazing bit of kit. Oh geez, I got a sneeze. Oof. Oh, sorry about that. And yeah, so anyway, you come over here and you just grab you can get the black ones. You can also get the white ones for the RS, or the red ones. But the red ones, they only match this color. So it's a little bit sort of a darker of that color. And then you don't, can you see that a bit of orange? Maybe, I'm not sure. So they don't actually, the Rosso red that these come in, or the Ducati Race Red, they actually don't quite match up. They're just off just a little tiny bit. And I wanted to go with a bit of a point of difference, so I got the Aviator Grey. So there's a bit of an in-depth look, like it fits in with the aesthetic of the bike. I've got grey on my helmet as well. It's a nice little thing. I actually really like it, and it's a point of difference to everybody else. So yeah, you turn the key. This is how you get the panniers off. I'll show you how to open it first. You just got to pull this up, and then you just got to push this in, and then that'll flick up, and these open like so. Same as on the other side. I haven't got the key done that one. Same as on the other side, but because of this one, you have the exhaust. So how much actual depth do you think that you're going to actually have with that there? Yeah, not much. I don't know, how much stuff you can actually fit in there, but it's not a hell of a lot. Yeah, and these are waterproof, so fully locked, I guaranteed you. And there's been quite a few guys online that have done some really sort of wet weather riding, and they reckon that at not one point that they've ever leaked. So yeah, so they are fully waterproof. Just keep all your valuable possessions and everything intact, and then to take it off, you just pull that little lever and bang. As easy and as quick as that. That's pretty much it. Like that is just so easy. And then to come around the other side, we'll show you the other one as well. Same thing, same waterproof. Same thing, comes over, push that up, come down, and that one you've actually got the full depth, so you can fit apparently a helmet in there. I was going to do that, damn it. I might suss that out in a second. I was just sort of sitting there thinking to myself, I wonder if my X Spirit 3 actually fits. So anyway, let's just do a little thing. Let's just do a tester, because I'd actually, until just then, I'd never actually done that, and I didn't actually know if it was actually going to fit. So yeah, there's another little thing that I actually just sort of taught myself, and had a little, I was actually always wondering about that. So yeah, anyway, this is what you got to do on these videos. You got to try and find that out for yourself, and there you go. So both you and I actually learned something today. So it's just a learning lesson all the way around for all of us, I guess. So yeah, straight up with that, straight that over, pannier straight off. It's got the little struts and everything there. And then to put it back on, like it's pretty basic, it's pretty easy, just straight back on. Now this one here, it actually sort of sticks a little bit. So if you give it a little bit of a shake, that'll go in. A lot of people online have been thinking that it gets stuck, or is there some sort of manufacturer fault or something, but it's only because these are new, and you just push it over and that little thing won't actually go in. So you just give it a little shake and it will actually go in. And then key back and everything's locked up and put away. So we'll just do the other, I'll just leave the other pannier off for 5 seconds. But yeah, that's just one of the little idiosyncrasies that come along with this bike. This is actually my second location that I came up to today, because I stopped at my previous location and I actually built a house. People that don't know me, I'm actually a carpenter by trade. Well, I used to be a carpenter before I became full-time carer for my mum, and you know, you got to do the right thing in life. So yeah, so I actually pulled up next to a house. It was a 7-story, 8-sided octagon that I built when I was an apprentice back here when I was really young. And I was actually going to show you that house, but as soon as I turned the camera on and I started talking, the little tiny dog wanted to come out and just bark, 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 bark. So that was a bit of a pain. But anyway, it's all part of just making videos, I suppose. But yeah, no one actually gives you, you know, like the full slow down and, you know, in-depth look at these bikes. You know, you got 330mm discs with the Brembo style emmers. These brakes are just flawless. They you know, a lot of reports online, they can get a little bit spongy and that sort of stuff there, but I'm pretty sure a little bit of adjusting and things like that go a long way. Up underneath here, I've got the full acro system and everything on with the map, as you guys probably already know. And this is one of the little things up inside here. So that little radiator guard goes through to there, right? And then that sucks air in, and then it pumps out the air out of this, right? Now there's another little flute in here which actually directs it straight through. So if I stand up here and you come over the other side, so all of your hot air comes out of here, and Ducati have put in this little latch, little gap here, this little fin thing here, and it actually directs the hot air away from the body and away from the rider in the summertime. I guaranteed you, you know, you won't see that on any other, you know, video. Ducati have thought really long and hard about these bikes. So your hot air goes in there on that first little thing that I showed you, comes out, so all the hot air comes out these ones, and out these ones, it actually directs it away from the rider. So, you know, like that's another little piece when it comes to how, you know, the aerodynamics and the screen protection. So if you're sort of sitting on a bike, so if you're sitting on the bike and your legs are coming down here, you know, you've got a constant constant flow of air that's actually pushing the hot air out, and it creates like a bit of a dome, so that it actually protects all the rider. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, Ducati have done all their homework and all their little things. They've, you know, thought about every little single thing that comes with this bike. You know, Ducati do not do things by halves. They not one of the best manufacturers. Well, I'm on a biased opinion, but I think they are the best manufacturer in the world. Close second, you know, would be BMW, maybe a little bit of sort of, you know, some of the big four, all those sorts of things. But yeah, Ducati definitely don't do things by halves. So, but yeah, just a nice little in-depth look today. No one actually sits there and they shows you over their bike. No one sits there and, you know, gives you any sort of perspective on exactly what's on them and all those things. I'll show you my little extras and that, you know, I've got my little Rizomas made by Ducati on there. If you're wondering about this little thing here, it's not the same as you see on all the other Gen 4s. It's my own little personal thing that I've stuck on there, because if you really want to look at it in detail, and if you had one of these bikes yourselves, it does actually look like a dildo. Yep, I said it, and that's, you know, going worldwide, it actually does look like a dildo. I'm not sure why they've stuck it on there. It's not like it's a sticker and you can just peel it off. It's under the clear coat. You can probably even still see the lines. I'm probably not going to be able to pick it up on camera. There's still a line straight up here. There you go, you can see the line right there. So it's under there, you can't just peel it off. And it matches in, not quite, but it matches in with my Ducati grey with the 2025 MotoGP inspired colourways. And then you got the aviator grey panniers. Anybody who wants to know about my Starfield night tail bag, this thing is absolutely amazing. This one here is actually about 5 years old. You know, she's great quality. You know, this thing's done probably 5, maybe 6, maybe 700 rides and had all sorts of shit in it. You know, it's not the biggest thing in the world, but I've actually got another one when I take a pillion passenger. I've actually got one here that goes on. So I've actually got 2 of them. I actually had 2 bikes and one for each. And yeah, I'm loving my bike. I'm loving my whole experience with Ducati. They are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we'll just stick this back on, and it's just so easy. Like, obviously I'm holding the camera, but it's just bang, straight up like that. Grab the key out of my pocket, key straight in, turn that, push that back, bang, locked in. Way to go, I should say. Good to go. So yeah, anyway, it's just another day out here, just, you know, living my dream, loving my my Ducati Pikes Peak. She's an absolute fantastic weapon. It's yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a work of art. And listen, I'm just taking my time learning how to ride it. Just going through all the motions and everything else. Somebody wanted a bit more of a Somebody said they wanted me to just have a little bit more of an exhaust note, and just so I'll just put the camera down, you'll be able to see. So yeah, that's fantastic. That was only up to 5,000 RPM. I'm not about to rev bomb my bike, not for you, not for anybody on the interwebs. My bike is my bike. I paid for this here with my own hard-earned money, and yeah, so I paid for this here with my own money. I'm not a professional YouTuber or nothing. I just do it for the fun of it and just do it for the love of it. So nobody pays for my bikes, nobody pays for my jackets, nobody gives me a free press bike, you know how I'm saying. But yeah, anyway, she's stunning up here in Perth today. I just wish it wasn't so cold. I'd be just pumping out videos every week, but you know, listen, I'm just a little old guy just going about my business, and I'm still waiting. So it's 2 months that I've been waiting for parts for my bike. So, but anyway, I'll get that back to you soon anyway. So anyway, you've been watching Life of Loz. Yes, obviously I am Loz. Try to wear all the gear all the time, and I'll see you on the next one. Boom.